Today I'm going to show you a brand new product. It is called the Flex Plus. The reason it's called Flex Plus is because it does several different features in one product. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you quickly how to use the food processor part of the Flex Plus. And it's got a very sharp blade that I have in the bottom, and then it also has a couple of other blades that you can use. This one actually has two blades. One side is for thin slicing, one side is for thick. This is two different blades. One side has really small shredding, and then the other side is a thicker shred. So I'm going to put in some basil in the bottom and add in some walnuts. You can also use pine nuts. I find pine nuts are a little more expensive, so I am cheap and I usually have pine nuts on hand. I'm going to put in some Parmesan cheese. And this Parmesan cheese I used actually to blend up in the blender. I had kind of a hard Parmesan cheese and I just made it up in the blender. So I'm just going to give this a little pulse. So you put that on. This actually is the battery pack that goes with this power tool. So here's the battery, and it's already charged. Hopefully I haven't used it for a few days. It has a safety button here, and that has to be turned on, but this goes right inside. And you just hit the button. I'm going to add a little bit more power to it. There we go. And I'm just going to get this to kind of crush up a little bit, and then I'm going to add in a few things like lemon juice and oil and salt. As you can see, it's got a lot of power. That's not even on its highest power. There it goes. And I love how it just kind of goes around and it just is constantly pushing in that food. Okay, once I think I have it kind of all going there, I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice. I usually like to use fresh lemon juice, but I didn't have any fresh lemons. So this just kind of gives it a nice vibrant flavor. I've also made it without the lemon juice and it's fine. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this back on, and I'm just going to pour the olive oil in as I need it. I'm actually going to turn this around so that I can use this, like so. Oops. There we go. And then you're just going to add olive oil until you get to the consistency you like for your pesto. Usually I would say it's about 1/4 of a cup or so, maybe a little bit more depending on what your ingredients are. I had some basil and kale. All right, there we go. That looks pretty good. Yum. Okay, you know what's better than just pesto is Pesto-Mayo. We have been really enjoying a lot of BLTs with our garden tomatoes. So I'm going to show you how to make quickly using the second piece of our Flex Plus, some fresh mayo. So we're going to start with an egg, a little bit of salt, and about a teaspoon or so of Dijon mustard, some lemon juice, and then oil. And we're just going to put the oil in and let it kind of float to the top. And then we're going to use the immersion blender. So we're going to use this same component for for the battery and our power. And then we're gonna add in the immersion blender top, okay? And then we're gonna just slowly start with the mix on the bottom. I'm gonna start with a slower mix and grind until it kind of gets it emulsified from the bottom. And then I'm just gonna slowly pull this up. Now this is on the lowest setting, but you can see how fast this is turning that oil and emulsifying that oil. The one thing that you do want to make sure when you're using eggs is you either get farm fresh eggs or pasteurized eggs. There we go. Well, it looks like it's a nice consistency for fresh mayo. And then what we like to do is we add I got a mess here. Let's see if this is gonna stand for me. We're gonna add in a little bit of our pesto right to the mayo, and then it's perfect for spreading on our sandwiches. And you can add as much or as little as you want. I'm just gonna go with that. See how that looks. Again, just add this in. A little thicker. Add a little power. And voila. Really quickly, I did want to show you, just kind of go like this, the third piece. So how amazing would this be to have in your kitchen to solve that huge dilemma of having all these different components? We have our mixer, we have our blender, we have two different blending features, one for more whipping, then we have one for heavy duty cookies. It just blows my mind how amazing. So again, it's just a basic power pack. Actually, there's two power packs, so you never have to worry about one going out. So just like, I always say, just like the I don't want to discriminate, but the guys out in the garage, they got their power tools. So do we in the kitchen, and they can use them too, and it's actually pretty cool. So this essentially is just the same way. You're going to use your feature here. Oh gosh, I must not have something right. Oh, I think I have to just make sure everything's good. Turn it. Oh, I forgot about that part. It's got a safety feature. Who knew? And then there you go. You can mix up whatever you need, and you can shut it off like that. So I love the fact that it's all together, and I don't have to worry about cluttering up my countertop. I can store it away really easily. The blades all fit into the vessel for the I'm losing my mind. The vessel for the food processor part. So anyway, this tool is now available starting September 1st. So it is definitely a tool that you would want to have in your kitchen to help make mealtime so much easier. Because look at this, I did this in literally like 5 minutes before work. So ready to go for dinner tonight.